Hello and welcome to Quarter Life Crisis, and I'm Ayomide, your host. Now, when I say crisis, I mean cry as in and sis as in hey sis. And yeah, hi, welcome. This is something I've been wanting to do for a long time. I'm really excited about it, actually. I can't believe I'm doing this. But before we do anything, I would like you to join me in taking a deep breath in and deep breath out. You ready? In, out. I don't know about you guys, but I needed that. I'm a bit nervous. This is my first time recording, and I don't know. But we're gonna get through this together. So what is this podcast about? This podcast is about moving through life in your mid-20s. Put simply, it's the ups, the downs, the insecurities, the confidences, the knowing of self, the unknowing of self, the questions, the answers, the advice we give, the advice we have been given, the advice we weren't given but wish we had been. And ultimately, this is a place for me as a 25-year-old to rant. It's my rant space. Speaking of, now that I've mentioned my age, I should probably tell you some things about me. You already know that my name is Ayomide. I'm 25 years old. I actually just turned 25. I'm Nigerian, British Nigerian to be specific. I am a model, a singer, a poet, and now a podcaster. Like, what is that about? My sun sign is in Pisces, and I won't tell you my other placements just yet. I'm sure it will come up in more episodes of the podcast because I am interested a little bit in astrology. But for now, all you need to know is I'm a Pisces, and some of my hobbies are like crocheting, skateboarding, reading, all that good stuff. So hopefully that's enough information for you guys to know me a bit. We'll get to know each other more as this series continues. And I do just want to say that just because this is called Quarter Life Crisis doesn't mean it's only for people in their mid-20s or only for people in their 20s, if you are younger, and I should probably put a caveat because when I say younger, I don't mean 10 10-year-olds. If you're listening to this, why are you here? Why? Go drink some milk. You should not be here. By younger, I mean 18. Maybe I'd go as far as 16, youngers, listen up so you can learn, be prepared, so you have something to look forward to, just so you have the tools, to help you when you do reach this age. And of course, if you're older, if you're no longer in your 20s, help us, please. Older people, elders, we need you. You guys have been through this. You guys know what it's like to be our age, to be in your 20s, to be figuring out stuff, or maybe to have it together. And we need your advice. We need your help. Something that is so important to me is a sense of community and making this a communal space. Yes, I'm here by myself in the little room recording this, but this is about community. This is about me having something to say and knowing that I'm not the only one who feels this way. So how long will the episodes be? I think the episodes will be anywhere from 5 minutes to 20, 25. I don't know. I don't want to put a time limit. They might be longer, but I doubt it. In the beginning stages, I think we're going to start off slow, easy. I'm going to come with a topic or something that I wanted to talk about, rant about, and talk to you guys like you're my friends, because you are, right? We are friends. You wouldn't want to hurt my feelings. Yeah, so I'm gonna give it an average of 10-15 minutes, but sometimes it'll be shorter, sometimes it'll be longer. I think I already said why I wanted to do this. Actually, I think I can maybe go in more detail about why I wanted to do this, and it's because, well, like I said, I just turned 25, so I've hit quarter life, because I think we round up the human expectancy of 100 years, and I've hit 25. A quarter of the way through. But in the lead up to 25, things have been a bit stressful, a bit hard. And I was like, you know what? I'm probably not the only one that's stressed. In fact, I knew I wasn't because I was talking to my friends, and I was like, I've been wanting to do a podcast for ages, and I'm always like, oh, but what would I talk about? Who wants to hear what I have to say? And I was like, you know what? Even if no one wants to hear what you have to say, I think it would do you good to talk about the struggles of being in your 20s and of hitting midlife and thinking, this is where I want to be. Not midlife, sorry. Not me aging myself. Of course, alive. And the pressures that come with that and how we're dealing with it and figuring out with some kind of community, and even if that doesn't exist, I don't know why I'm saying that, I'm being so negative. No, it will exist. We will form a community. Even if that doesn't come to fruition, I think as a way, like I said, as a rant space. I'm rambling, but that's okay. You guys are getting to know me, and this is me. So what can you expect? Honestly, you can expect stuff like this, me just talking to the mic, innit? Like, no. Yes, me talking to the mic, but I feel like there are so many things that life brings my way, that life brings our way, and I would just bring them to you guys, bring them to the mic and talk through them. I think as the series goes on, I do want to maybe like ask my friends, ask people on Instagram, are there any issues, anything that you've been going through that you feel that feels very like 20s, and even if it doesn't, if you're someone in your 20s, like, what's something that you're going through, or an issue that's something that you want to talk about. And I think sometimes it won't even be about things I want to talk about that have to do specifically with being in your 20s, but like things that are going on in like the world, whatever, like even in like the entertainment industry, whatever, it takes my fancy really. And I think also what would be nice, like moving forward, I'm just like projecting the things that, how I see this podcast going is like getting some advice also, whether that's from me, whether it's from other people, maybe like having to put in a question and asking people who are older, like what their say is on, what their opinion is, and what advice they would give. And maybe if I'm feeling confident enough, being the one that gives advice, so kind of similar to what they do on the receipts. I love that podcast. Maybe having some like letters in, or some emails, because it wouldn't be letters, some emails, messages, whatever coming in about things you guys want to talk about things you guys would like my opinion on, and me just like giving it to you and helping you out. So like not an agony aunt, but an agony sister. I was trying to think of another S word. A supportive sister? No. What's the S word that we can put in front of sister that's like, that gives the same energy as agony aunt? I don't know. Another thing is like I do be umming a lot, so bear with me. One thing though that I was scared about, and I think is worth bringing up, is that I was like scared that with me starting this podcast, me doing this podcast, because when I knew that this is what I wanted my podcast to be about, when the idea came to me, when the name came to me, I was like, okay, but I don't want to be like too negative, or like I don't want to be too focused on issues and trauma and like the word crisis, And I was scared that that's what it would become. But also, I don't know if that was like if that was a toxic positivity talking, or even if it's just like, there are great things, amazing things about being in your 20s, that come with being in your 20s as well. And I just don't want this to become a negative complaining space, but at the same time, like we should be able to come with the things that or maybe are not as happy, are not as like celebratory, the things that ail us, the things that make us sad, the things that depress us, the things that stress us, And that is what this place is for. I just don't want it to be only about that. And I was like, it doesn't have to be. God, this is your podcast. You make it whatever you want it to be. Well, I just wanted to express that to you guys, and that, that is a fear that I had, and that I was worried about this podcast becoming. And yeah, we're coming to the end of this video, because really this is an introductory video, a welcome video, me telling you what this is going to be about. And I've said the word multiple times already, but again, like this is, as much as it's a rant space and almost like an audio journal for myself in my 20s, I am doing this to build community, to build a space where us 20-somethings can talk and express ourselves. And I am I am willing to be one of the voices for that. Not the voice, because that's a lot of responsibility and I don't know if I can carry that on my shoulders. I know I'm a poet and all, but come on. Actually, what does that have to do with being a poet? I'm sorry, sometimes I just say things. What I'm saying is, yes, community is important, and I want, as I grow, as we grow, as us 20-somethings, as us quarter life babies grow, I want this podcast to grow with us, because, maybe one day this will turn into midlife crisis. You know what I mean? That's the kind of growth that I'm hoping for and that I want. And I think also, I am a very independent person, and I feel like in the West we are taught about individuality and independence, and it is important. I'm not saying it isn't. It's very, very, very important. But I think there are many ways in which we've lost us as a community. And personally, actually, I say that I think I have a wonderful community. Like, my friends and the people that I know I can rely on are great. But I think community is more important now. Is important now more than ever. That's it. That's what I was trying to say. And that's what I want this to be. And I'm someone who's always been like, I can do this on my own. I can do this on my own. I don't want to, I am a team player for sure. And I'm good at team working. But if I'm able to do something by myself, even if it stresses me out, I'm like, let me just handle this by myself. I can do it. And that's something that I'm trying and slowly trying to get rid of. And yes, it's good that I can do battle by myself, but also, girl, don't be afraid to ask for help. You don't have to do this on your own. And so that's what this is. You don't have to do this on your own. We don't have to do this on our own. We are not alone. And the experiences we have, we are not the only ones experiencing it. And that's just what I want to bring to this and bring to us. And so, yeah, that's it. I'm done. Wow. It's the end of episode 1. So let me just tell you where you can find me. You can find me on Instagram at ayomid_night. That's AYOMID_ and then the word night, nighttime. Oh, that type. And you can find me on TikTok at ayomidnight. So no underscore, and night is spelled with a K, because I'm trying to be a knight in shining armor, if you know what I'm saying. So yeah, that's where you can find me, TikTok and Instagram. That's it, really. And yeah, so thank you so, so much for listening to the first episode of Quarter Life Crisis. I hope you'll stay a while and lend me your ears again next week. Bye.